guys, welcome back. Right, we're on the last leg, so to speak now. This time we're going to do the stonework on the outside of the windows, which are going to be grey. Now I've picked out, what have I got here? Let me see. I've picked out for that, I don't know if we'll use them all, but I've picked out cold grey 1, cold grey 3, cold grey 4, cold grey 5 and Payne's grey. So I think the first one I'm going to use, I don't think the Payne's grey 1 is going to show up much at all. Let me see. No, that's really not going to show up much at all, so I'm going to start off with the cold grey 3, and I'm just going to lightly go over everything, and I'm going to do this sort of by order because otherwise I might forget where I am and end up doing a bit that I shouldn't do, or forget a bit or whatever, because I tend to do that. I don't know if you're the same. I get, maybe I'm doing a flower or something, and maybe there's a few flowers similar in the artwork, and I'll look over the whole thing and I think, right, I've got them all. I've got all the flowers the same. I've done them all the same colour, and I'll check and I'll double check that I've got them all. And you can guarantee right at the end I will look at the picture and I will think, missed a flower there, and yet I've looked and I've looked and I've double checked it, and you can guarantee I always miss one. So I'm going to do this in order. So I'm doing the outer rim of it now. I wasn't sure what colour to do it beige or grey, but I decided I'm going to do it grey, because then I can do her jewellery grey as well, or silver, and that will tie in with that. I'm quite happy with how everything's come out so far. I'm pleased with her skin and her hair and her dress. Her dress has come out exactly how I wanted it to. The greens, I think, are go quite well with everything. They all sort of ties in. I find that if you do a picture with lots and lots of different colours, you sometimes sort of lose focus of the picture, or I do anyway. I can look at a picture and I think, oh my goodness, but if you've got colours that sort of tie in together, like greens, different shades of greens like I've done here, I find it looks a lot nicer. I did used to do lots of different colours on the picture, but I've now found that if you sort of do one or two colours, or even like I've done here, the same colour but a different shade, that they look a lot nicer than doing, you know, lots and lots of different colours. But that's just my taste and choice. I'm just going to turn this. I hope you can still see it. That's just my opinion on, you know, how pictures look. Everybody's different. Some people do lots of different colours and it looks great. But for me personally, I'd like to now do ones that will sort of tie in. I might do 3 different colours sometimes, but it'll be colours that go really, really well together. So yeah, but I mean, everybody's different, So I'm just going to go around the outer part of this, and I'm going to go bit by bit so I don't miss any. I don't know how many parts this is going to be in. It might be in 2, it might be even in 3, because there's rather a large area to cover, and I have got several different colours to use in this as well. So this is the Cold Grey 3 that I'm using on the outer part here, and then we'll do the inner part, and then we'll start on the other parts, because I don't want to miss any, because I usually do, and I'm really going to try hard not to miss any this time. So yeah, I was going to do this tomorrow, but Zach's here tomorrow, so it could be kicking off, or I might not get any peace and quiet to do it. He might be, you know, down here every 5 minutes annoying me with his "are you right, mum, what am I like, mum," and like he does sometimes. So I'll get this done today while he's not here. It's just easiest. Right, I'm now going to do the little line, small line in between the 2 bigger ones. So that's all. I'm going to do it like I normally do, like I've got more than 3 colours here, but basically the sort of 3 colour, you know, as you would do it, but I have got more than 3 colours, so I might use more than 3 colours. I'll see how it goes. The dark I want really dark, so I've got the darkest grey I've got in there, which is the Payne's Grey. We'll see how we go, and obviously we can use Cold Grey 1. I picked Cold Grey, we can use Cold Grey 1 for like blending and that. I picked Cold Grey specifically because in the church it is sort of cold colours, it's not warm colours. Right, I'm now going to do the inner bit of the circle. So yeah, that's why I picked that, because basically it's a sort of stone cold colour basically. I didn't want a warm colour, so I picked the cold greys just because, you know, it is sort of pretty cold colours in the church. It's not particularly warm colours, and it's not particularly warm in the church either. Unless they've got heating on, of course. But are we in frame? Yes, we are. So now going to go on into the inner line of the circle, and when I do that, I'm going to go straight down to this circle as well. If I do it in order, then I shouldn't miss any bits. No guarantee there, guys, but that's the plan. So down to this circle, and carry on. It's just a really light coat to begin with, of the Cold Grey 3. That's sort of the next sort of lightest I picked out. Didn't want Cold Grey 2 because I thought that would be too light with the Cold Grey 1, and I haven't used the Cold Grey 1 because that was very too light really for what we wanted. So right, that's that bit done. Now while I'm up here, I hope you can see what I'm doing still. While I'm up here, I'm going to do these little bits here. There's another bit there of green that I missed. Let me just erase that out. Alright, I'm going to start on these inner bits now, so I'm going to do sort of the bit there, and then I'm going to go down to that circle, and do these bits here in between her, because that will obviously be grey as well, and then this bit here will be grey, and this bit here, all these bits will be. There's going to be a lot of grey in these bits. Right up to there. I'm just trying to do it in a sort of controlled way so I don't miss any parts. Having said that, it doesn't always work. I still miss bits because I'm a dumbass. Right, so do that there. Right, that's that side of that one done. And then we'll go round here. It needed to be dark enough so I could see it, but still light enough to be the lightest colour, but dark enough so I could see where I've been and what I've done. I need to be able to see it. Okay. Mustn't forget these little triangle parts there. Around the circle. Round that bit. Right, round this circle here. I do like to sort of base everything with a base colour. So that's all done. Now we've got to do these in between here, in between these circles. And I thought I'd gone over everything that's got a bit of green on, but I've missed a bit there. That's what I mean, you look over stuff and you think you've got it all, you know, if you're doing the same thing of lots of things like flowers or whatever, and you think you've got it all, and then you come to the end, or you come to a bit and you think, oh no, I haven't done that bit, I haven't done that bit. So you have to get your colours out again and do it all again. I'm going to do these centres grey as well. So down that side, up that side, on there, up there. Right, I think that's all that bit done. So I'm going to do these bits in between their hair there, which obviously are going to be grey. I'm going to do them that way, I think is going to be easiest way to get in between her hair. This way and that way is the way to go. So that one can now come down there, that can come down there and join up with that one. Now I've got the funny shaped bit, which I'm going to do the outside of that, like a sort of, I don't know, sort of a squiffy teardrop sort of shape. Don't really know what you'd call that shape, but right, now I'm going to go there, I'm going to go across the top here, and the second bit, which is another little diamond shape down here, and another diamond shape up there, round the diamond shape. Lots of weird shapes to do. But this is my favourite picture in the book, and it's going to look great once it's done. It's just all these little fiddly triangles and bits. But if they weren't there, the picture wouldn't look nowhere near as good as what it will look. So, although they're fiddly to do, it's, you know, it's really nice that they're there. So, because it will, you know, make it look really nice. Right, we'll go down here. Triangle, and there. Meet up with that bit. That one can come up there. Triangle. I hope you can see that this is taking colour. It is shaping up nicely. I hope you can see the colour going on there. Don't know because it doesn't really show on the camera. So I've changed the battery on the camera. The glass windows are still on the camera. I haven't uploaded them yet. But the camera, the SD card should be able to hold all these. If not, I'll have to upload the Windows one. But it doesn't take too long to upload stuff. It probably takes more time processing than what it does uploading, or some of them do anyway. Some of them sit there for ages processing, and it just doesn't seem to do anything, so I'll just publish it before it finishes. Right, and then it'll just go on when it's finished publishing. But it does seem to take quite a while. Don't know why, but there you go, that's how it is. Now we've got that bit across the top. We've got this bit going down here. And then we've got the teardrop. Sort of weird teardrop sort of shape. Hope you can see that the colour is now coming. It is now getting full of colour compared to the white. Hope you can see the white bits. Yeah, it definitely looks like it, like I want it to look. Don't forget the triangle. So yeah, when I sort of look back on, and I can see the grey on here, it's definitely looking how I want it to look. It's really sort of coming alive, as they say. I can feel it's definitely getting warmer. Definitely, it's supposed to get warmer here tomorrow and Friday. I don't know after that how warm it's supposed to be, but it's supposed to sort of start coming back. My lucky neighbours have got a hot tub, but we've never been invited to go in it. But I would love a hot tub. One day I'll get a hot tub. My dad then, as he does about everything, he still thinks of me as a little girl, I think, and he tries to advise me about things. And I said to him, oh, I want one of them. I said, I'd love a hot tub. So he said, yeah, but you've got to think of the electricity that's using. He said, electricity's going up in price, and you know, how much electricity do that use? And I said, well, I don't know, I've not really thought about it like that. Oh yeah, well, you have to think of these things. If electricity's going up, you know, are you going to be able to afford to run one of them things? And yeah, I suppose in a way he is right, um, but the only way I'm going to be able to afford a hot tub is when he's gone. And like I said before, because he's making me sell the house and I'm not going to be able to live in it. I had visions of living in the bungalow, and up the road from his is Sainsbury's on a big industrial estate sort of thing, where there's lots of shops. There's Sainsbury's, there's Range, there's Greggs, there's lots of things. So I had visions of living at his house, and I had visions of buying a hot tub and what they call a hobbit house. There's a shop, shop that sells sheds and country house, little sort of country houses sort of thing. And there's one there that's round, and it just looks like a little hobbit house. And I said to Tim, I would just love a hobbit house. And I had visions of where I was going to put these things in my dad's garden when he'd gone, but obviously now we're not going to be living there. So that's sort of gone out the window, but I suppose one day we will have to move from here into a bungalow, and I don't think we'll do it while we're living here, probably, because it would be too much to move it all if we had to move. But I would like to have a hot tub and a hobbit house, and I would sit in the hobbit house in the summer, and I could do filming, I could do drawing or painting or colouring or whatever I wanted to do in this little sort of round, I don't know what you call them, I can't think at the minute, but like a shed, but not a shed, like a little house a summer house, that's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, it's like a little round summer house, but it's completely round, and it's got like a pointy roof on it, and it's just like it came out of Lord of the Rings sort of style. And it's like, oh wow, I want one of them. I want to sit in one of them and in the summer and be able to colour in a little round hobbit house, and with a hot tub next to it sort of thing. So if I felt like it, if it's too hot, I could just jump into the hot tub and have it on low temp and lots of bubbly water, and it'd be great. So maybe when my dad's gone and I've got to sell the house and I've got some money, I might buy one of them, even though he doesn't think it's a good idea. Once he's gone, he has no say in it, what they spend the money on. So there you go, he's not leaving me the house that I want to live in, so I'll spend the money on what I want to spend it on, and there you go. So yeah, that would be lovely though, to be able to go into the garden, into a little summer house that looked like a hobbit house, little round thing with a pointy roof, and just sitting there with the windows open, and colour and draw and whatever I wanted to do out there. So that would be really nice, I think. Do any of you fancy things like that? Fancy sitting in a summer house and with your pencils or your pens or whatever your choice of medium is, or paint or whatever. Have you got a summer house already that you sit in and colour and paint or whatever you do? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Have you got a hot tub? Do you enjoy it? Do you use it a lot? I think I would. I have got something, but it's buried in the spare room somewhere. I will come across it and I will dig it out when I can get into there. Um, and it's one that you stick in the bath. It's like you put it on the, in the bath, and you sort of sit on it basically, and it's bubbly and it's brilliant. I love it, and it's just like having a hot tub in your bath. It's just like one of them baths that you can buy, um, with a hot tub built in sort of thing. But seeing as this is a housing association house and not our own house, they're not going to put expensive things like that in. But this thing is great. I've had it for years, and I haven't used it that much, to be honest. I don't even know if it still works. I hope it does. I bought it several years ago when I was living in Leeds, I think. And I bought it brand new, and when I first got ill and my arthritis and my ME and my fibromyalgia was so bad, I spent 3 months in bed, and I could barely move. Luckily I moved into the bedroom next to the toilet, so I didn't have far to go, and I spent 3 months in bed, and I wasn't colouring at that stage. That was 19 years ago. I wasn't colouring at that stage. I didn't know about colouring, so I slept a lot. I watched TV. I watched DVDs, which were actually CDs then, and that was all my day consisted of: sleeping and watching TV. I didn't do anything else. I spent 3 months in bed, basically because it was too painful to get out of the bed. It was too painful to do anything, so I just laid in bed and slept and watched TV or DVDs. Then we had to be rehoused, and we got given a brand new 5-bedroom house, which was absolutely wonderful. But we had to move within a week if we wanted this particular one, which was next to one on its own, which was a 2-bed, and we wanted that one because the other one we could have had if we couldn't have moved so quick. The other one was a 5-bed next to 2 other 5 beds, so you can imagine, like, we only had 3 kids, but a lot of the other people had a lot more than that, so we didn't want to be sandwiched in the middle of other families with lots of children, because we thought, oh my god, we get noise from both sides, and so we chose this one, because the other one was joined to 2 other people and in the middle, and we didn't want a middle house. So we picked this one, and somehow, I don't know how we did it, we had lots of help, don't know quite how we did it though, but we moved within a week, and it was gorgeous. I loved it. That's the best house I've ever lived in. And we were there a year, and I got really homesick and I wanted to come home to Norfolk. So we put in for an exchange, and we got somebody who answered us, who was on one of the really rough estates in this area, and we didn't really want to go. My mum went and looked at it for us, and she said it's okay actually, it's on the edge of the estate. It's not in the middle, it's right on the edge of the estate. The house is nice, you know. We went and looked, and obviously nowhere near as nice as the house we had. But if I wanted to come back to Norwich, then that's the only option I had. So we moved there, and then my daughter moved out, so we only had 4 of us. So we said, well, this is too big for us, you know, we should move really. So we then moved, with a lot of help again, to this house. We gave up our 5-bedroom for this 3-bedroom. More green in the middle there. Terrible. So yeah, that's what we did, and that's how we ended up here. But we've had 2 5-bedroom houses, and the first one, oh my god, brand new. It was absolutely gorgeous, and the view we had really in the living room, we had really long windows that went down to the floor, and the view, we were really high up, and you could see all over Leeds basically, especially at night when the lights and that were on. You could see like all over, and it was absolutely gorgeous house. If I could have picked the house up and brought it to Norwich, I would have done, because it was just so nice. And the family we exchanged with were sort of quite rough, and we thought, oh my god, our nice house, and we've given it up to somebody who's probably going to trash it, because they trashed the house that, you know, we exchanged with, and oh dear. But that's how we ended up here. We had so many people that wanted our house, and basically we just had to pick what house we liked the best. And out of all the houses, there was another one, but she sort of messed about and didn't know whether she wanted to move at all, or she had to ask her children, and what the children had to do with it, I don't know. But she messed about, so we said we plumped for this one. I could see myself living here, and so yeah, we came to this house. And although my illness is not better as such, I'm not in bed now all the time. You know, I'm at a stage where I can get out of bed with help. My husband sort of pulls me up. So yeah, what's the time on that? 33. See, it's taken us 33 minutes to go all the way around there, and it's not a fast job. I don't think this is going to be a fast job at all. So right, if we've done all that, that's our base colour, and I think we've done everything. Don't think we've missed anything. Shout at me if I have, please, because I always do, and I hate that, and then having to go back and get the pencils out again the same colour and do it again. Right, that's our base colour done. Right, and that was pretty boring, I know, to watch, obviously. I'm at 34 minutes, so I don't really want to do much more on this one before I move to the next colour. This is probably going to be the slowest part of the picture, so make sure you can see me there. I'm just going to have a sip of drink. got my usual Coke with ice, and as Tim usually says, you like a bit of Coke with your ice, then yeah, I do. Lots of ice, got to be mega cold. So better. Starting to melt a bit under this light. But yeah, mega cold with ice. Lots of ice. Right. What are we on? 35. We've only got a few more minutes. I'll make a start. I'm going to do the darkest one, which is the Payne's Grey. And where she's done lots of dark lines, I'm going to do, not hard, only lightly at the moment, but I'm going to do this Payne's Grey. So that's what I'm going to do, where she's coloured it, shaded it dark, I'm going to do these dark. Now it's dark along the top there. Now this is the bit where I'm going to have to be pretty careful on what I'm doing, because I don't want to do it wrong and put the dark bit where I shouldn't be, because obviously being dark, it's going to be a hell of a lot more difficult to erase it if I do it wrong. So these bits are dark, that's dark down there, like so. So that goes down there dark, and that comes down there. Right, a bit cut now, that's still dark there, that's a bit dark, and that's dark there, and that bit, just do a line there. It's quite hard to see actually what bits are dark. Right, I think I'm going to stop here now, and when we come back we'll carry on with the dark of the windows, and then we'll see how we get on from there. Okay guys, see you in the next part. Bye.